Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming, we are in Watcher of Realms and this is Vladov, who is our next Shard Summon Champion, starting at the end of this week. Yeah, Friday. I think the events start kicking off. So let's have a quick look at him. Epic Lord, part of the Chaotic faction and the Nightmare faction. He is a fighter. His basic attack deals 75% damage to one enemy 2 times for each attack. His ultimate converts 12% of max HP into attack, while losing 10% of current HP per second. Eliminating a target restores 7% HP. This effect lasts for 15 seconds. He also has a passive, which 20% chance triggered by attacks to deal 150% AoE damage up to 5 targets in front semicircle area and apply a bleed effect to the targets. Now the bleed is a dot, so it does damage over time. Deals damage equal to 1% of the target's max HP per second. Increases their physical damage taken by 10%. Does not stack. Okay, and then he's got another passive. Arena cost is reduced by 5 in the arena. And then we've got his Lord skill as well. Increases the faction abilities, basic attributes by 10%, increases faction allies damage, and their lost HP by up to 40% at 30% HP. Right, so that's what he does. And let's go and have a quick look at where we find him. So if we go to the events, we can find the event pre-registration down here. If we click on more, then we are whisked away to this page, and this gives us a nice fusion or our Shard Summon calendar. So let's chuck that into Paint, and now we can actually have a good look over it. Right, so as we can see, we need 75 to summon him. We can get 75 from events, we can get another 50 from the trials. That gives us a total of 125 we can get. So we can actually miss out 50 shards from this event in its entirety. Now the Pyros fusion I think was easier because there was 65 from events and 60 from the trials. Now I always found the trials to be a bit easier than the events, but let's scroll down and have a look at what we've got. So this Friday we've got Spiritual Altar, that's worth 10, and we've got Arrival of Heroes, that's worth 10 as well. Now previously I found Arrival of Heroes getting those 10 not that hard. I found the Spiritual Altar to get those 10 quite difficult. Now normally they will split these as in a 5 and a 5, so there won't be 10 available at one single spot. But we do now have, go to details, we've got summoning records, so we know how many we need to pull before we get a legendary or how close we are to Mercy. As you can see, I am a mile off, but you may not be. So that may be something you might want to have a look at. Now there are shards available in game at the moment. You can get them from the Festival of Light. The shop there has shards available if you want to find some more for in-game currency, and also the Immortal Codex Redeem shop. There we go, that's got ancient summoning crystals as well. So if you are after extra points and you're just short, bearing in mind these events are available and we will be able to get some extra points from there. Now if you want to prep, we've got Corridor of Glory coming up, starting on Friday, running through to Monday for 4 days. So if you need to, jump yourself in and get yourself some XP. Now don't get the XP from here. If you go to obtain it, it will take you to the shop and it's 150 diamonds or gems. Diamonds. It's 150 diamonds. Whereas if you come to Northern Shop, you can jump here and you can get this. You can jump in and get this for 35 arena coins. So there you go. Also, while you're there, you may wish to pick up, you may want to pick up these so you can make a good start on food to level up. You may also have some champions that you want to level up, so I would save them for Friday unless there's a desperate need for you to level them up beforehand. Brave Conquest. That is just doing runs and getting gear and that sort of thing. So I think to clear it out you would need to spend stamina whilst you're doing these events at the same time. Try and put a couple of arrows on there, that looks horrific. So you can run this event, get points for your Brave Conquest, and you should be able to tie these events together. However, to get the 5 from the vault in the sands, I think that's gear raid 2 off the top of my head, you will not need to spend as much energy as you will need to complete that. So if you want to, spend out some stamina to clear that off. Tales of the Smith. Oh, right, okay. Warning with this one. Last time in the Pyrus Fusion, they split this for 2 and 3 points. So there was a bracket where you got 2 shards, and there was another bracket where you got 3. Now the thing is, if you come second in any of these events, I think last time you got 7 shards, which was nice. But even if you don't max out Tales of the Smith, and you get the 2, that would leave you 9. Should still be 1 short anyway. So go very careful with Tales of the Smith. If you are doing it, it was much cheaper to work on leveling mythic gear from 0 to 12. That's where you got most points per gold, for want of a better phrase, than anywhere else. If you've got gear to level up to 16, you'll get more points for it, and if it needs to be leveled up, go for it. But if you are just after points for this event, then mythical gear from 0 to 12, I will probably not do that event and quite happily skip it. That does leave us on to the other gear raids. So the gear raid here, that's horrible. This gear raid here, this is gear raid 3. Now bear in mind, you should easily be able to do this because it is the same time as the frenzied plunder. So the stamina for this will be dropped, and the prizes of what you get will be increased. So go careful when you're doing this. Probably an easy one to do, and I should imagine that when you tie it in again with your Brave Conquest, you'll smash this one out because you'll want to get better gear. So people will spend more stamina on this event and clearly take this one out as well. Then we've got, as the next weekend comes in, we've got the Awakening of Heroes after Spiritual Altar. So you will summon here, level them up here, should all work out for you, and you should easily get the 10 points here without too much of an issue. Whether you get any points here or not, that's a different story, or how much you wish to summon, that's down to you. We've then got our Duel of the Champions event. I am god awful at this. Now, I can only go on what happened last time. If you used all your daily arena tokens and lost every single fight, you would get enough points to get the 5 shards from each event. You didn't have to complete it. You didn't have to win anything. I mean, you didn't have to make sure you got extra arena tokens or brought any or anything like that. As long as you used all the ones you had, and even if you lost every fight, you would still clear both of these. Mystery of Artifacts, we all know what we're doing there, and Lost Legacy, we know what we're doing there. Again, these tie in with a Brave Conquest, happy days, nice and easy there, and that one does there. So if you want the Brave Conquest, make sure you're running your extra stamina on the points to get this. Now I think it's worth looking at your Mystery of Artifacts, depending on where you are here and what level of gear raid you're doing. You may be getting more points on the Mystery of Artifact towards your Brave Conquest than you do from getting gear. So just bear that in mind. This may be better for Brave Conquest points for you. Again, Tales of the Smith, we all know what to expect there. Probably split into a 2 and a 3 like last time. And it's just make sure if you're going for it, go all in, make sure to get the 5 and don't get lumbered with 2. Done. Where are we now? Brave Conquest. Yeah, we've gone over that, and then that will lead us to the last weekend where we've got Corridor of Glory, Arrival of Heroes, Summon Champions, job done. So I think all told, relatively easy to get 1 copy. If you've done all the events, that would give you 125, and you'd still need 25. You'd need to win 2 events and comes second in one as well. I'm sure there will be people who manage it. I will not be one of those people, but I'm sure there are people who will do it. Do we think he's worthwhile getting? Yeah, absolutely he's worthwhile getting. Look at him, how cool does he look? That is brilliant. Who wouldn't want him? How would you not want him? He's awesome. So yeah, I will be going for him. We will see when the actual numbers start dropping, and we'll have a look back into the Pyros Fusion, and we'll see if they've upped the amount that required to get him, and how much the shards are actually going to cost us when that actually drops. But I think looking at it, it's relatively good, and the game isn't that greedy. They do seem to allow you to get these, and the heroes they put in I think are good as well. So why wouldn't you go for him? If you're playing the game, yeah, you should be able to go for him, and you should be able to get him. Thank you very much for watching this quick guide. We will try and do more probably on the daily as it comes out, see how we are, and make sure everyone's going for him, can get him. If you've got this far in the video, if you could leave us a thumbs up, a like and subscribe, that would be great. It's a new channel, so please put down in the comments below if you want to see anything, and tell me if you're going for this champion. Okay, thanks very much all. I'll see you again later. Bye.